Audrey?
Oh, Laura, good. You got my message?
Yes, I did, and I was out and about, and I thought I'd just stop by instead of calling out. People looking for jobs will do that.
Well, I doubt that you'll still be looking for a job.
Tony, got a minute?
Okay.
I thought you might want to know that Lucas went to baseball tryouts yesterday.
How'd he do?
He hit a home run.
At the tryouts?
Well, I thought for sure they'd put him in the minor league, you know, because it's just his first year, but instead he showed me he made the majors.
A home run?
Yeah, well, he's walking on air. You should see him.
Why are you telling me this?
I thought you would want to know.
Thank you.
Oh, hi. Nothing's wrong with Michael, I hope.
No. Actually, I'm just waiting for AJ, who's waiting for Tony in his office while Tony's anywhere but.
Tony?
AJ thinks he can help with the custody trial. It's not my idea.
Oh, I see. So you're just placidly waiting around while AJ makes battle plans go up against Jason in court? What is the matter with you?
Hi.
Hello.
What happened to the monkeys up front?
I freed them back into the wild.
Oh.
So what is the commissioner's wife doing in my lowly jungle?
Meeting the commissioner for a lowly dinner. Besides, your ex-shoe wanted to pay a visit.
You wearing it? Both of them?
It's easier that way.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, that looks a lot better on your foot than it did up there.
Didn't I tell you it would? I've been telling you for years.
Have you always had these legs?
Luke.
Huh?
Put it down.
Pick up the smell of Eli's ribs from miles away. Wow, what's the occasion?
Happy April Fool's Day.
I'll need you to hire me a private jet. I myself and one passenger. We'll be using aliases. It is imperative that there's no way you can trace this trip. My life and my partner's may depend on it.
I would have called first, but I was afraid you'd sick the guard dogs on me.
I don't have guard dogs.
May I come in? It's important, Nicholas. Otherwise, I wouldn't risk you slamming the door in my face.
Come in.
Thank you. Nicholas, you say that you think the best way to a resolution to our family crisis is for you and your father and me to stand together against Elena.
Yes, I do.
All right, then. Prove it.
What's this?
It's a request for medical information. Yours. From a clinic in Geneva when you became a bone marrow donor for your sister.
Why would I want information from them?
They probably requested your entire medical history. That's vaccinations, childhood illnesses, and so on. It was an emergency situation. Dr. Listeris wouldn't have had much time to comply, and I'm hoping that he forgot to remove something that I would very much like to see.
Elena, for instance.
If I can show that she knew Stavros wasn't your father all along, then it will prove that she knowingly defrauded the entire family.
Would that surprise anybody?
Of course it wouldn't, but that's not the point. The point is it would disqualify her as executor of the assets held in trust.
Oh, I see. And that would disqualify my father for the same reasons, right? And the only one you'll trust to hold the Cassadine purse strings is you?
I'll push for a neutral third party to be appointed.
By what stretch of the imagination do you call that standing together against Helena?
I'm not trying to undermine you or your father.
How do I know that? Huh? Why should I trust anything you say?
The board thinks that you are exactly what the outreach program needs.
Really? An unemployed housewife.
No, no. But being the mother of teenage boys could be considered prior training.
That's great. That's wonderful. I can meet with the board tomorrow. Or, I mean, not that I'm in a hurry or anything.
Yeah, I'll certainly relay the message and get back to you. Okay. And I think it's safe to say, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Audrey. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
For everything. Call me.
Just excuse me, I mean, if I can't keep up with your ever-changing moral standards, but since you're the one who lectured me about lying to everybody, especially AJ, I'd think that you would be supportive of me trying to make it up to him.
Number one, that's not what you're doing. And number two, you don't give a hoot what do I approve of. What do you pick me for?
You know, AJ happens to be a very fine person.
So, am I maligning him?
He's also very forgiving. So much more so than some people I know. I think the least he deserves is my support when he asks for it.
And you think the least you deserve is to be supported for the rest of your life. All of those antiques and all of that sterling silver really bring out AJ's finer qualities,
I
don't
don't
they?
believe you, Bobby. What? I know I've sold out to the Quartermains. I let him have Michael for a price. Is that what you're saying?
No, because if I really believed that, I wouldn't be wasting my breath. Carly, I know exactly what you're doing because there was a time when I did almost exactly the same thing with Stefan Cassadine. I knew love was not in the cards, but where had love ever gotten me anyway? And I knew that Stefan could make my life comfortable and safe. And I told myself, well, at least he'll be good to me. But you know what? The whole thing was a total disaster. And you know who ended up getting hurt the most? Lucas. Because he's a child. And a child doesn't know how not to love and rely on his new family.
Is it just so inconceivable to you that I might actually know what the best thing for my son is and be doing it? Michael belongs with his father and me. And that's how he's gonna be raised.
This is our first April Fool's Day as a couple, right?
Right.
And we're making up our own traditions like we did for Valentine's Day as we go along, right?
Right.
So who needs a tradition of making a fool of someone?
I wasn't even remotely tempted.
Or making a joke at each other's expense?
There's a story connected to this, huh?
Well, I guess I've always been pretty gullible. I mean, if such a mind to it, it wasn't hard playing a trick on me. Not because I was stupid, but because I just simply wasn't paying attention. I mean, who tumbles out of bed and looks at the calendar? Or who gets all excited waiting for April 1st to roll around? Certainly not me. But some people must, and they would ambush me every year. And enjoy doing it so much, they'd keep it up for the next couple of weeks until I was jumping at my own shadow.
How come I never knew this about you? When we're 85 in a nursing home, could you arrange to still be telling me things I never knew about you?
I'll try and pace myself.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I was thinking, if I was gonna be a fool, I'd rather be a fool for love.
Oh. And eat ribs from Eli's.
And eat ribs from Eli's. So, what do you think about our first annual April Fool's Day tradition?
Perfect.
Good.
There you go.
I've forgotten how much I enjoy this.
Well, come in more than twice a year and it'll jog your memory.
What really happened to those monkeys outside? Moreno?
Well, I'm not saying it was, and I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying that I'm pleased that this time nobody had to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. I know that Sonny and Jason have their good points, but have you ever considered what a change of partner might save you in remodeling costs alone?
Well, you know how it is. You pick up strays, you feed them, you spade them, pretty soon you're attached.
No.
It's the rush, isn't it? You like having a club that could be riddled with bullets at any moment.
So what are you saying? That being a memoirist for the rich and famous is safer?
Lila Quartermain is a very strong-willed woman, but I have never seen her pull out brass knuckles.
No, but everybody else in the house sleeps with them under their pillow. And what about Edward? Didn't you tell me he was already sort of sniffing around your interview with the old lady?
Well, he's very devoted. He doesn't want me to tire Lila out.
Devoted? He's devoted to his bank account and his real estate holdings. And maybe what he's so interested in is making sure you don't uncover anything. Have you thought about that?
Well, I'm not saying you're right, though. But if Edward were lying about something...
If, is there any doubt? The man lies, he cheats, he steals. None of which I hold against him. But he has been notoriously unfaithful to that lovely woman.
But the things that Lila's been telling me happened over 50 years ago. They weren't even married yet.
Yeah, before he had her to answer to.
Well, how would she know what he was up to? Besides, I think she would tell anything. She would even say things that would embarrass him.
What if they embarrassed her? Like, oh, say, what if he blackmailed her into marrying him?
How?
Nude pictures.
Nudies of Lila?
Oh, yeah, she was really a dish. I'm sure more than one man wanted to snap her photo. And after 50 years with Edward Quartermain, she doesn't need a biographer, she needs a support group.
I just think that the 40s would be a great time to be alive.
Yeah, except for the war. And the death camps and the A-bomb.
A good time to be 20 and single as Lila was.
That'd be good anytime.
Well, call me shallow. I just like the clothes. I like the movies. I like the slang. How much do you know about 40s music?
Oh, baby, have you come to the right place?
I'm not attacking you.
You never
okay?
are.
Carly, I'm just asking. Where is Jason in all of this? Now that the office of Michael's father is apparently up for re-election, what about the man who's taken care of him and you for the past year?
Well, I can't force Jason to be reasonable, can I?
Oh, please. You never stop trying to force Jason to do any number of things. I understand exactly what you were trying to do when you decided to try and pass off your baby as Jason's. And as much as I disagreed with your tactics then and now, I understand that you were just trying to find the most loving, accepting environment for your son, and I applaud that instinct.
Then why is it so hard for you to believe that's what I still want?
I hate saying this, I really do, because I love the Quartermains. But what kind of a home can they offer Michael? Well, AJ may be Michael's father, biologically speaking. Nothing can change that. But you don't have any real relationship with him to speak of. I wouldn't want any child of mine raised in that house.
Excuse me, but when you were in my shoes, you didn't give a damn where a child of yours was raised.
You have every right to say that. It's not true, but you have every right. Do I expect more from you? You bet I do, because you have a lot more going for yourself than I did then.
Yeah, and unlike you, I'm taking care of my baby. The best thing that I can do for Michael is to stay where I am, keep AJ happy, and play things his way.
No, Carly. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. And you won't be any kind of a parent until you can tell the difference.
Sorry, have you been waiting long?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. You didn't hear your secretary paid you, I did.
No, I had a consultation.
No problem. I'm persistent, as you can see. So have you had a chance to think about what I asked you? Testifying about Jason's neurological, what, deficits after his accident?
Yes, I have.
Then you'll do it?
No, I won't.
You don't trust me, and I don't blame you. I don't. It must seem like overnight I have changed into someone that you don't even know. Guess what the irony is? I feel exactly the same way that you do. Who is Natasha Cassadine? I mean, even that name still shocks me. It's a stranger's name. Shouldn't even exist. My identity was stolen from me, then forced back on me, just when I'd gotten used to learning to live without it, and I know that I don't have to explain any of this to you, do I?
No, you don't. But I don't see why you have to blame my father. I mean, he didn't steal your name or your identity.
But he took away everything that went with it, Nicholas. Not intentionally at first, but very deliberately for the last year and a half.
See, he thought he was protecting me,
And
Alexis.
how does that make you feel? Certainly can't feel very good to be everybody's excuse in this family. To be used as every rationalization for every lie, every deception, every manipulation.
No, it doesn't.
You may not want to hear this, but I need to tell you, Nicholas. To me, your father is more guilty than any Cassadine in this family. Am I angry at him? You bet. But this is not about your father right now. This is about Helena and getting her out of the equation.
All right, the way they treated you was wrong, okay? You're every bit of Cassadine as I am. You shouldn't have to fight for your share. So if by signing this helps you get that, give me a pen.
Thank you. What's the matter?
Nicholas Mikhail Stavrosovich Cassadine. Should be Stefanovich. Son of Stefan. There you go.
Oh, Nicholas. You know what I regret most of all? You should have been our prince. I may never be able to think of you as anything else. Don't hate me.
How much did you hear?
Enough to get the feeling that you just walked into a trap.